Hey, are you tired of trying to find a side hustle that actually works? Have you tried side hustle after side hustle after side hustle, spent thousands of dollars on courses, mentoring, a lot of hours spent as well trying to execute these things, and you just throw up your hands and say, I can't do it? I am right there with you. I have struggled with to try to find side hustles that actually work. Now, I have had success over the years. I've been trying this for a long time. So there's been many side hustles I've had a lot of success with. However, most of that has been short-term success. Short-term success that because of something changing, the dynamics are changing, or I've eventually just lost interest in it, it's just fizzled. Okay, so that's been one of the reasons I think is a very common reason why people fail at side hustles. I think another reason is you could blame yourself. I blame myself as well, is jumping around too much, right? You're just jumping around. You try this for a little while and quit, try another one, you quit, and then, but there's no consistency. So I'd say that, yes, it's less about the side hustle. And I would say there's lots of side hustles out there, and many people are successful with any of those side hustles you're talking about: drop shipping, affiliate marketing, digital marketing, all that stuff. But what I'm here to talk specifically to is those who are over 40 years old. Okay, those are over 40 years old. In most cases, you have very busy lives. Most likely, you might have a full-time job, or you might be at home, but you've got your responsibilities at home, and you have family, you've got things, you've got friends. You don't want to spend all your time trying to do this. Okay, so that's something that it's very difficult. It's very difficult, and I get it. I've had a full-time job for virtually my whole career. Okay, so there's been pockets of time when I've been kind of making a go at it with my side hustles, and I've never been able to consistently put something together more than a year and a half to be able to do this. And again, there's many reasons for that. So I would say, again, I'm not going to here to talk about all of the reasons why side hustles can fail, but I just wanted to start that premise of why it is difficult to get a good side hustle. And not all side hustles are bad, okay? So I can stand here and say, like, there's only one side hustle that's good. And by the way, I'm gonna make a strong recommendation for a side hustle that I'm all in with right now, so stay tuned. But my point is that a lot of side hustles can be done very well, make a lot of money. But as you get older and older, and in your situation, in my situation, I can speak to you right now. I'm 54 years old. I'm nearing the end of my career. All right, I got another 10 years left. I'm actually tired of corporate America. Okay, now I do believe the best way to scale. Now, scaling to make enough money to quit my job is another conversation. However, what do I look for in a side hustle? Let's start there. What do I look for in a side hustle before I recommend the one I'm all in with right now? Is a side hustle that not necessarily the one that's going to make the most money. Okay, there's lots of side hustles that can make 10, 20, $30,000 a month if you want to. This side hustle, it's not likely it's going to make that much money. Okay, but just hear me out, because there's more than just making money in a side hustle. Okay, so you may have many reasons why you want a side hustle. How many times have I said side hustle, by the way? Sorry, but whatever. It's about side hustles. Of course, I'm gonna say side hustle a lot. But okay, so what I really do believe, would you be happy, and I think many people would be happy, including myself, to make $500 a month doing something, $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month? That's decent money. A lot of people, the sad truth is a lot of people make zero money, $0 on a side hustle, and they're promised that they can make 10, 20, $30,000 a month. That's the problem with most of these courses, okay? You go in because you believe what's possible, and unfortunately, the ceiling's very high. However, the floor is extremely low. It's like you just can't quite get past it. A lot of people never can make that first dollar. And that to me is probably the most frustrating thing about a side hustle. I want to make $1. I just want to make some money. And this side hustle I'm about to tell you about, it's very easy to make your first money on this, to get your quick wins. There's a lot of things out there you can't get quick wins. Let me tell you about some of the things that I think are very difficult to get started with today. Okay, so I think digital marketing, digital products in general, very difficult because you have to market those things. You have to come up with an idea. That's good. AI will help, okay? AI helps with a lot of these things, but you still have to pull this together, package it together, use the marketing psychology that AI can help you with. I agree, but you still have to sell that. You have to get Facebook ads or do some sort of a lot of social media posts to get people to buy your stuff. There's a lot of things you have to do. You need to do upsells a lot of times. You need to do order bumps. And for a lot of people, it's like, they get stuck on like, what platform do I use to host this product? Like, how do I do my email? How do I set up my email stuff? There's so many technical details, and I understand there's software out there will do that stuff for you. However, the software is pretty expensive. So people are spending hundreds of dollars on software and courses and all this time trying to generate stuff. And the vast majority, even if they make sales, they're not making any money. So I know there's people out there probably watching this video like, I made money on digital products. Good for you. That's congratulations. That's awesome. Okay. And in fact, I do plan to sell some of these problem solving products. In fact, I got dogs, and I actually have some products I'm interested in selling here soon. Okay. So I'm not poo-pooing digital products. I'm just saying it's very difficult to make your first dollar with that. Okay. Number two, the traditional affiliate marketing, where you're essentially promoting another product or service. Easier said than done. You have to drive traffic to these offers. You got to figure out how to drive traffic, whether it's social media, whether it's your blog, whether it's advertising, whatever it is. You have to drive traffic to that. That's difficult for a lot of people. Okay. Number three, drop shipping. Drop shipping is still, people are doing it. And while you can use things like, you can do drop shipping through eBay, or I wouldn't recommend Amazon and Walmart, because that's against terms and conditions. But essentially, I know for a fact eBay's a great place to do it, but there's lots of places you can do drop shipping, Shopify stores, all those things. Easier said than done for sure. You can make a lot of money with that, but the margins are typically thin, and it's getting harder and harder and harder to do that. Okay, so very difficult. There's a lot of people making a lot of money with TikTok affiliate. I get it, but there's a lot of other people who are struggling with the algorithm, and I agree, it's very difficult, very difficult. So there's lots of these things where there's possibilities to make a lot of money with these things. However, the average person doesn't make money. And I would actually venture to say, as you get older and older, it gets more and more difficult for some of these things. And here's why. Because time, as you get older, I do think time is that much more valuable. You don't want to spend hours and hours and hours trying to figure something out. You'd rather spend time with your family, with your friends, because I looked in the mirror and said, look, life is short. I really want to start doing something I really want to do. I don't want to be stuck at a job where I'm not really completely fulfilled. Okay, so that's where I am right now. Okay, so then, is this side hustle gonna solve all my problems? Has it solved all my problems? The one I'm gonna recommend here, it hasn't, but I really enjoy it. So let's go through. So I went through kind of like why side hustles aren't working. Okay, let's talk about what the ideal side hustle is to me. Okay, and I love, comment below what you think about what the ideal side hustle is. I'm sure people are going to comment below saying, I think it's this side hustle. I make a lot more money than you do on, with my side hustle. Congratulations, that's great. So I'm not saying that this side hustle can make more than anything else. I just think this is one of the best ones that I'm hanging on to, because it checks a lot of boxes. Okay, so what are the boxes that a really good side hustle checks? And you're probably wondering, if you really want to know like what the side hustle is, you can cheat and look at my description, and you'll probably find out. But just hang in there. I want to talk about this for a little while, okay? Because this is important. All right, I'm going on 9 minutes here. I'm going to try to, whatever. I might have done some editing, but I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible. I could talk about this forever, okay? But this video is not to talk about this side hustle that I'm promoting, or this side hustle that I'm actually all in with in detail yet. I just want to give you enough to understand why I'm into this, why I love this so much, and why I do think of all the side hustles out there, it's a winner. Okay, so a good side hustle to me, ideal, it's easy to get started with. Okay, it's easy to get started with. It's not difficult. It's not difficult or challenging. Now, with this side hustle I'm about to talk to you about, you do have to do some things. You have to meet some requirements. I get that. But the vast majority of people are able to get in if they apply themselves. And lots of people, they're already there. They're already to the point to where they actually can apply, and they get in immediately, and then a few weeks later, they're in. So not inherently difficult, just get started with. You don't need a business. So I think, like, for instance, with Amazon or Walmart, some of these things like Walmart, I do know for a fact that if you don't have an LLC or above, you can't get started. I'm doing Walmart, by the way. I love Walmart. I love selling on Walmart. I really do. However, I was thinking about what is the best thing for me to be able to teach to people to get started. When my friends come to me and say, hey, what should I do? What's a good side hustle? I used to say, do Amazon, and then do Walmart or eBay, or do reselling there. But now that's not my first thing. My first thing is going to say is what I'm going to talk to you about here in a second. Second thing about a side hustle that I think is going to be good is something that you feel like you enjoy doing. Okay, it's something that you can enjoy doing, and you can see yourself doing that. It's not a burden. There's some things where, wow, you can make a lot of money doing this. However, I don't want to do it. Like, it just doesn't sound fun to me. Is every aspect of this fun? No, but in general, I really do enjoy doing this. Okay. Number 3, you're gaining a skill set that's beyond that's beyond the side hustle. So whatever it is, it could be you're putting yourself out there, video editing, you're learning how to negotiate. So things like that, where you're actually learning some skills that can translate beyond that side hustle. That's important. There's been side hustles out there before that it's only really the skills you're learning are only kind of to do this side hustle. And then outside of that, when that loophole closes, whatever, you got nothing to show for it. Another thing is, I love the idea of whether you make money or not, you're still getting something in return. Still getting something in return. Could be free products, could be relationships, could be whatever it is. Okay, keep that in mind. You're getting something in return, even if you make no money at all. Okay, and I would say what number I'm at. I forgot what number it is. And then it's something that ideally you're able to scale. Okay, so you're able to scale if possible, and potentially scale to the point where you can actually quit your job. I'm gonna say right now, it's very unlikely. Most people are not making enough with this side hustle to quit their jobs. However, what I think about it is, it's a great, would you be happy to make $500, $1,000, $2,000 plus get free products? I think I'm happy with that right now. So I'm making over $1,000 a month consistently. I'm getting free products consistently. I've resold those products consistently to make even more money. So I'd say all in, my best month are probably going to be a lot more than $2,000. And so, yes, I made a lot more when I was doing Amazon. It's a long story there. Amazon, I was making $10,000 to $15,000 months when I was being successful with that. That was great, but unfortunately that didn't last. And that's a lot of hustle with those resale businesses if you're going to make full-time income. And I would say too, if you hustle with this one, could you make that much money? I really do believe you can make that much money if you apply the skill set that you've learned. Okay, so I'm gonna start here. UGC is a big part of this, user-generated content. Videos are all the rage, okay? You see TikTok, how well people are doing with TikTok, okay? So videos are huge. So before I get into the details of what this is, okay, if you can learn how to create a video, you can learn how to edit a video, you can learn how to get free products, you are doing very, very well. Okay, so Amazon Influencer is what it is. Amazon Influencer, and before you stop the video and say, oh my gosh, it took you this long to come up with something, to tell me something that I already am aware of, I tried it already, was unsuccessful, or I heard my friends are doing it, I'm not interested in that, great. But feel free to jump off if you're not interested in hearing more about my take on this. But what I think Amazon Influencer is great is there's many reasons, and it's hard to say the one reason I really like, but I would say first, I really enjoy helping people make more informed buying decisions. I love to be able to talk about something that I enjoy. Here's this product, I really like this, and I like the idea of someone who's shopping for a product, they're looking for just a reason to not buy it, maybe a reason to buy it. Give me one more reason. I love to be able to help them make a more informed buying decision. That's pretty cool, isn't it? When you have thousands of people watching videos. Number 2, you learn some really good skills. You learn some good skills. You learn to actually be comfortable in front of a camera. I would never have done this a couple years ago, get on camera and be like, oh my gosh, potentially thousands, if not millions of people could be watching this video one day. That sounds kind of crazy, but now I'm comfortable in front of the camera. I'm a lot more comfortable in front of the camera. Now, if I could just get my thoughts straight, that'd be great. Keep me from rambling. That's another conversation for another day. However, the idea is I'm comfortable being in front of the camera. Okay, so gaining some skills, negotiating also, right? Negotiating is a big part of this. Okay, so that's good. Number 3, you're making money. It's easy to make money with. Okay, I could have started with that one, but that's not really the most important thing for me. It's easy money. Although that is, I mentioned it already. Amazon, in a nutshell, you have a video. Okay, you create a video, you upload it once you're a member of the program, and Amazon places those videos on the carousel, okay? You don't have to drive traffic to it. You don't have to drive traffic. The carousel is in the product listing. They drive traffic to it. People watch that video. When they watch the video and they buy the product, you get a commission, okay? But essentially, one of the best things about this program specifically is that it's an affiliate program, but you don't have to drive traffic to it. You don't have to drive product because Amazon does it. That is probably the most single best thing about Amazon influencers specifically. It's easy to start making money. So yes, but what keeps me going with this is more than money because it's that skill set. And I love the idea of getting free products. But yeah, you can make money, and the more you put in, the more you're going to get out. Okay, so I think that's great as well. Number 4, getting free products. Okay, so first of all, I've made thousands of dollars doing this. Okay, so I've been doing this for over a couple years. All right, so I would say my average month is well over $1,000, but all in with Amazon Influencer, the commissions, the products I'm getting for free, the value of those products itself that I'm using every day, okay? In fact, the very thing this camera's on right now, this tripod, I got that for free. That's one of many things that I've gotten for free. So there's inherent value in those things. If you don't care, I'm looking at some pots I've got over here for free as well. There's several items in this room. In fact, this right here, it's a little, sorry, the cord's gonna, so there's a little picture frame I've gotten. I got that for free. So lots of things for free, which is great. And I'm a reseller too, so I've made thousands of dollars reselling. And guess what? I discount those things heavily. If I get a $200 or $300 piece of furniture, I'm selling it for $100 and people are so happy. Okay, so that's beautiful. And okay, so I need to mention at this point, if you're interested in Amazon Influencer, want to hear more about it and tired of me talking about it, you're already sold on this, go download my free ebook and then take a look at that. And I'd love if you're interested, after you read the book and want to learn more about this, want to have a conversation with me, schedule some time with me so we can talk about this opportunity. I am putting together a class, a very small, tight-knit class, 8-week course coming up. So if you're interested in learning more about Amazon Influencer. Now, can you go ahead and just go out and do this yourself? Sure, I did, right? But although I did buy a course, that just helped me a lot. But here's the thing. I've been doing this for a long time, been living and breathing this for a long time. So I know a lot about this. And, if you just do the basics and just say, well, I put my videos up on Amazon Influencer, I'm making some money, but what's next? There's a lot that's next, okay? There are so many things you can do to increase your chance of getting commissions on Amazon Influencer. There's ways to triple and even quadruple your commission, I guess, with other things that are related to Amazon Influencer, okay? I'm not gonna go into those details right now, but those are the kind of things too that once you discover these things, it's amazing. Software, the tools that you can be a lot more efficient with, okay? What are the editing tools I use? So there's a ton of things. And there's a lot of mistakes you can make if you do things wrong with Amazon Influencer. And one of the main things is saying yes to all these products. So these companies will start reaching out to you left and right. And you say, yes, I want this. Yes, I want that. Next thing you know, you have 50 products. 20 of them are really, really difficult to even figure out how to even work it. And then a lot of them, they don't pay very good commissions. And a lot of those things, it takes too long to figure out the product. A lot of those things, they just don't pay enough commission. Okay, so I've gotten to a point now, my buddy and I actually work together as a team, and we get the products that we're comfortable with, that we have knowledge of, that we know that we can take it, put it together quickly, and do a quick review. And unfortunately, when we started out, we spent a lot of time and money on, not money, but time shooting these videos that are very, very difficult, and many times they don't sell. So we're starting to learn about what products sell. And I watched a YouTube video the other day. It's like, don't chase the product so much, chase the numbers as far as like, is this a good product that you actually can review or not? Will you make commissions from this? And you'll learn that over time. I'll make recommendations. There's tools out there that will help you make a lot better buying decision on these things, or not buying decision, but which products that you actually get samples of. So there's so much. You might be like, what do you make these free products? Companies will offer you free products. There's agencies out there that work for the manufacturers, work for these retailers, work for these sellers. They're going to reach out to you because they want videos. That alone should be something that you should think about. Like, wow, it's a demanded service. You start thinking, what are the applications of being Amazon influencers? Just like doing videos and then you just upload them and then you get commission when someone watches your video. Can you make more money, even more money, if you start driving traffic to those product reviews that you've done already through like YouTube or something like that? Absolutely. Can you make even more money if you do it that way? Yes. And, I wonder, and this is more advanced strategies, but over time, as you develop that skill of being able to create videos and, for products, are there other companies out there that you could actually help that aren't part of Amazon Influencer, that aren't even Amazon sellers? Maybe they have a Shopify store and you realize they don't have any video content. I wonder if they'd be interested in having some UGC content. Let me approach this company and see. I had a company approach me and said, we're not on Amazon, okay? We're not on Amazon, but we've got 3 products we want you to review. What is your rate? How much would you be willing to, how much do you want for each review? I could have probably got more money, but I ended up getting about $250, $300, I think, for those reviews, okay? $100 per product. Easy money, easy products as well. Took me just a few minutes for each product. Okay, so I'm just saying, example after example, you can have an agency where you actually work with companies and heck, hire other people to create videos for them. So there's so many applications of Amazon Influencer. And I hope by listening to me, you're not like, oh, it's just some guy who just joined Amazon Influencer and he's just telling them about joining this program. No, I'm living and breathing this. And so I know lots of applications. In fact, it took me how much through this video before I even told you what Amazon Influencer is. So, but because I'm so excited about the around, not the basics. I'm not excited about the basics. I'm excited about all these other things. So what I'm most interested in doing, this is really, here's the thing. If you're already a member of Amazon Influencer and want to talk with me more about advanced tactics, that's great. But what I'm really focused on right now is people who are my age, maybe 40 and up, who are struggling and just want to be able to plug in, get up to speed quickly, start making some money, maybe 5 or 10 hours a week, and you want to start making some money. You love the idea of getting free products. Maybe you're like my father-in-law, I give him stuff all the time. He does a lot of work with tools. I get so many tools. Maybe you're like, that would be really fun. That'd be really fun to get some stuff to help you do your job better, whatever. Maybe that's for you. Maybe you're like, hey, I'd love to make a couple $100. And maybe you're retired and you're just looking for something to spend some time doing. This is a great side hustle. It can be fun. My father-in-law loves doing reviews. And by no means, he's not an expert. In fact, I do a lot of editing because he says a lot, but hey, he's great. But he's just authentic. That's another thing too. If you can be authentic and you can talk about something, you don't have to be TikTok-y, okay? You don't need to be all this, we have to get the hook, although hooks are important. It's usually going to be kind of natural. But my father-in-law, my best-selling product was my father-in-law who was pushing around a garden tiller. And he's not a marketing person. He's just like, hey, I've been gardening all my life and I'm tired of the gasoline tillers. I got this electric tiller, starts right up and it's light and I can do a great job with it. I've sold so many of those through his video. He's not trained, but it did really, really, really well, okay? So I've worked with him before. I've coached him on a couple of things, but at the end of the day, you can make money on this. But you'll get better at this too as well. I would venture to say if my father-in-law was more trained on the way to do things a little better, he might have better results. However, the point is anyone can do this. You'll get better and better and better at these things, at these skills. Okay. So Amazon Influencer is a great program. Okay. It really is a great program. There's days when I will make over $100 in commission. Okay. Especially with this additional where you can triple your commissions, double dipping essentially. Because you have Amazon Influencer and there's also another program that you can be a part of that will also give you commission for that same review, which is awesome. Okay, so that's a really good program and I'll talk to you about that more inside the program, okay? More inside the program if you decide to do that. So while there's a lot of young people doing Amazon Influencer, I really do think it's a very good program for people who are 40 and up, because a lot of these brands out there, they want someone that has experience. They want someone who's a little more senior, that people could take more seriously. A lot of products out there are not for 18-year-olds or 20-year-olds or 30 years old. They're for people who are a little bit older. So you're going to get inherently more respect because you've been around the block some. So a lot of companies, I'm just telling you, this is the fact, a lot of companies are looking for people who are more seasoned. And, how many times have you heard, oh, you're too old, it's too old, as you get a certain age, you can't get jobs anymore. Someone even told me, once you're over 50, forget trying to get another job. I bucked that trend, okay? However, I get it. I get that. It's very difficult. And sometimes you don't feel like you're as valuable anymore because they're passing over you for somebody else who's whatever. But with this, it's different. So I love the idea. It's really something that's set up for you. So this is a side hustle that really can work very well, even if you're older. And I'd say, do you need technical skills? It will probably help if you can put together stuff. First of all, technical lesson. If you can put together furniture, that'd be great. But you don't have to do furniture if you don't want to. I happen to. I've gotten a little bit better putting together furniture, chairs, those kind of things. But number two, it's like you learning how to use some software to do some video edits. Not very difficult. But how am I recording? How do you record videos? A phone is fine. A phone is fine. You don't need these crazy skills to be able to do this, right? Essentially, it's just hold a phone, do a review, upload that review, upload the video, caption it, go with it. But as you find you get better, you're going to be better at editing. You're going to be better at shooting the videos, better at editing, and then finally you're better at figuring out the best thumbnails and titles to use for your videos. That comes from experience. But here's the thing. You could just figure it out the hard way or work with me. I'll get you there way faster because that's what I'm all about. I really want to be able to help you. And I love about this is I'm not introducing competition for myself. There's millions of products out there. So to me, it's like, and another thing too, I'm not looking to bring in hundreds of thousands of people into this course. I'm just looking for 5 or 10 people that can have enough time to be able to spend with you, keep it nice and small cohort of people that I can kind of take everyone through this and teach them everything I know about Amazon Influencer, everything. 8-week course. You'll find more information about this when you get the ebook. Okay, so get the ebook. If you're interested in hearing more, sign up for that, and then you'll be able to have a quick chat, and I'll tell you all about this program. I'm so excited about this. I have been thinking about this for months. I've just been working hard to pull everything together, but I'm so excited. There are a handful of courses out there, but this to me, what's better about this, what I think is the best is the attention you're gonna have. I'm gonna go through. You're gonna have plenty of time with me, so I can show you. I can look at your videos. If you're stuck on something, I will help you. If there's a class of 100, 200, 300, thousands of people buying a course, I don't have the time to be able to do this. I do have the time. So in fact, this course is going to be the main course is going to be built off of this 8-week cohort that I'm doing here, which is essentially, let's figure out, I have the curriculum, but let's figure out how to sort of weave all this in here and make sure everything is covered to set you up for success. I care about transformation. The worst thing can happen is you sign up and you make $0 because you don't apply yourself or just because you're stuck. That is not going to happen, okay? If you apply yourself, this will not happen. You will make money. You will make money. I've never seen anyone apply themselves and not make any money. You absolutely will, okay? Absolutely will. And I need to say disclaimer. Disclaimer, most people don't make money, but in this case, most people should make money if you apply yourself, okay? Apply yourself, because that's just the way this program works, okay? Can't guarantee it. If you choose all the wrong products that no one's buying, you will make 0 sales, okay? But if you follow my advice, you will make money, okay? All right, great. That's it for this video. I really do hope this is helpful for you. I'm here. I'm talking about side hustles. This Andrew's Daily Hustle is the name of this channel. Okay, so it started out being, I'm going to talk about the side hustles I'm working on. Okay, great. I'm going to talk about Walmart. I'm going to talk about Amazon Associates. I'm going to talk about doing this thing over here, doing that thing over there, digital products and stuff. Maybe one day I will, but for now, this channel is all about Amazon Influencer because I love where it can go. I love the direction it can go to. You're building a foundation. Building a foundation. The skill set that you're building can turn to so many different things. At the same time, though, you can get some quick wins and some easy wins until you kind of get that confidence to be able to do more things. So I love it. It really is a great side hustle. It checks all the boxes for me. Check it out. Get my free book, my free ebook. Doesn't take long to read it. Email me if you have any questions. Can't wait to see in the inside. This is going to be the first of many videos about Amazon Influencer, okay? So I hope that this was helpful to you. Can't wait to hear what you think about it. Comment below. Love to get your comments. Tell me what you think about this. Do you want more content about Amazon Influencer? Tell me if you want more content. Ask me your questions. What don't you understand about the program? What are your concerns? What have you heard that's not so positive about the program? Um, because I understand. I understand people saying, "Oh, I used to make a ton of money, and now I'm not making any money. I'm not making enough money." Okay, so there's gonna be some days. Believe me, I've made less than $10 some days. But is that every day? Absolutely not. Okay, month in, month out. There's some bad days here and there. Amazon could continue to tweak things, but like I said, the application, there will be more and more opportunities to create video content for services, for companies. You just have to think outside the box a little bit. So I'm providing essentially a foundation for you to do so many things. And if this foundation, you only make a couple $100 and get hundreds of, a couple, four, five, six products that are probably worth over $100, then so be it. Okay. But I tell you, I'm not going to tell you what the dollar amount for this. It's very affordable, but I'm saying you will make your money up very quickly if you apply yourself, and you'll make that money up in free products very, very quickly if you do the things that we talk about on the inside. Okay. Take care. Look forward to seeing you soon.